This week's Parsha starts off, Eile Toldos Yitzchak. These are the children of Yitzchak, and the Torah goes on to tell us the life story of Yitzchak and ultimately his two children, Yaakov and Esav. But before we get into any of that, at the first words of the Parsha, Eile Toldos Yitzchak, Rashi, the leading commentator on the Torah, tells us who are the generations of Yitzchak, Yaakov and Esav ha'oimnim beParsha, Yaakov and Esav who are spoken about in this week's Parsha. We know Rashi's job is to simplify Chumash, to take Chumash, which sometimes could be a little bit complex, and simplify it that even a small child can understand it. But with all due respect to Rashi, this one was an obvious one. Who are the Toldos of Yitzchak? Rashi, you don't need to tell us who it is. All we have to do is look in the very same aliyah. Look in the very same Parsha and find that Yitzchak had two children, Yaakov and Esav. Rashi does not need to tell us who are the children of Yitzchak, Yaakov and Esav, who are spoken about in this week's Parsha. Rashi has to be alluding to something much deeper here, and explains the Rebbe that he is. Because if you look at Yitzchak's life, it was not an easy life. It was a very challenging one. For starters, before his life even really got started, he was almost sacrificed to Hashem. Even though he wanted to do that, he wanted to join in the test of his father Avram Avinu. At the end of the day, being considered a karban, a sacrifice, now barred him from leaving Eretz Yisrael for the rest of his life. Then he gets married, and it takes him a long time to have children. And when he finally has children, one of his sons, right out of the gate, commits every avera in the book. Then, of course, there's a famine. He has to go to another part of the land. And then he's digging wells, and the Pelishtim, the inhabitants of that land, start clogging up his wells, and it happens a couple more times. Towards the end of his life, he gets blind. It was not an easy life, but never did Yitzchak throw in the towel. Never did Yitzchak give up hope, because Yitzchak Avinu had a mindset that we're all meant to have anytime we have challenges. If we all believe that there is one creator, that there is one God who put us down in this world for a purpose, and that is the very reason that we're alive, then any challenge he gives us is not meant to fail us, because that would be defeating his purpose of putting us down into this world. And therefore, every challenge we have is something that we're able to overcome. Yitzchak never gave up once during his life, because he knew that any challenge that was given to him was able to be passed. Avram Avinu was very much compared to the idea of chesed, of giving, of kindness, of love. When it comes to Yitzchak, he is very much compared to gvura, the idea of being strict, the idea of having the strength to persevere. And therefore Rashi tells us that when it comes to talking about the descendants of Yitzchak, not just his two children, but every single Jew to eventually come, in order to pass our challenges like Yitzchak did, we need to have the same mindset that Yitzchak Avinu had, and that is that Yaakov and Esav, the good and the bad, the success and the failure, everything in this world is ha'oimrim beParsha, is already said in the Torah. It is controlled by Hashem. The good and the bad, Yaakov and Esav, are all part of Hashem's bigger picture, and therefore no matter how many bad things we think we have in our life, we need to understand that it is all part of Hashem's bigger picture. It's so interesting because at the end of this week's Parsha, right before Yitzchak Avinu passes away, he wants to give brachos to his children. He tells Esav to go into the field and make me a food that I like so I can bless you before I pass away. Yitzchak Avinu wasn't asking for a good meal. He was asking his son Esav to physically go out into the field, go out into the world, take the bad and turn it into a delicacy, turn it into a food fitting for a king. Yitzchak was begging his son Esav one last time before he passes away to take the drive that he has and turn it to the good side. And while Esav did not heed his words, while Esav did not listen to Yitzchak Avinu and thereby allowing Yaakov to take the brachos, that doesn't mean we all can't listen to Yitzchak's cry. Yitzchak Avinu is telling every one of us, do what I did. The mindset that I had and made me succeed will be the mindset that you will have and will make you succeed. If we look at all the challenges in our life as blessings in disguise, there is no obstacle that can stop us from going straight to the coming of Mashiach. May he come speedily in our days. Wishing you a wonderful Shabbos.